I learned Japanese to play video games, then accidentally exposed my boss's corruption in a meeting with her Japanese partners. I never meant to learn Japanese. It started in college when I became obsessed with obscure Japanese RPGs that never got English translations and grammar guides. I slowly taught myself enough to understand the games. After graduation, I landed an entry-level position at a tech company. Nothing special, parent, just managing inventory spreadsheets and ordering office supplies. My boss, Kevin, was the purchasing director who handled all our Asian manufacturing contracts. Kevin was the kind of boss who took credit for his team's work while doing very little himself. He'd strut into meetings with executives, present our analysis as his own, then come back and criticize us for not working hard enough. Calpapic, middle management nightmare. When our company partnered with a Japanese manufacturer, Kevin suddenly became indispensable because he was the only one who could communicate with them. Per tear, or so everyone thought. He'd sit in meetings with a smug smile nodding along to their Japanese, then provide his own translations to our executives. I kept my language skills to myself. Why mention it? Adbrish Japanese video games wasn't exactly a professional qualification, and I didn't want to become the unofficial company translator for no extra pay. Then came the quarterly review meeting. Our Japanese partners flew in along with our CEO and COO. Kevin was there, of course, sitting at the right hand of our CEO like he was royalty. The head of the Japanese team, Tanaka-san, began presenting their production reports. I sat quietly in the back, understanding everything perfectly. Most of it matched our records pattern until they reached the pricing section. Tanaka-san mentioned that they had maintained the agreed-upon price point of 422 yen per unit, despite rising costs on their end. He said they honored this because Kevin-san had emphasized how important it was to keep costs stable for our 5-year contract, but when Kevin translated this to our CEO, he said, they've had to raise the price to 542 yen per unit due to increased material costs. I negotiated them down from 600, but they can't go any lower. I froze. The difference was nearly 30% per hundreds of thousands of dollars annually that would mysteriously disappear somewhere between our company and the manufacturer. I quickly realized this probably wasn't the first time. What happened next wasn't calculated. I simply couldn't sit there watching this theft happen in real time. Excuse me, I said, my voice shaking slightly. I believe to hear has been a mistranslation. The room went silent. Kevin's face contorted into a confused smile. Tanaka-san, I continued in Japanese. Could you please confirm the unit price you mentioned? I believe it was 422 yen, not 542. Tanaka-san looked surprised, but nodded. Yes, 422 yen as we agreed last year. Kevin's face drained of color as I switched back to English and explained to our CEO the actual price that had been confirmed. I learned it for personal interests. Cedar Games, actually, the Japanese team was now whispering among themselves. Tanaka-san looked at Kevin with narrowed eyes. Is there a reason for the discrepancy in translation? The CEO asked Kevin directly. Kevin stuttered something about miscommunication and complex negotiation tactics, but the damage was done. The Japanese team pulled out their written agreements, showing the 422 yen price point that had been in place for over a year. As the meeting imploded, I realized I had just blown up my comfortable anonymity perch and possibly my career. I sat silently, wondering if I'd made a terrible mistake. After the meeting, the CEO asked me to wait while Kevin was escorted to his office. I sat there mentally updating my resume, certain I was about to be fired for embarrassing the company. Instead, the CEO returned with, Tanaka-san, would you be willing to review our previous agreements with the translation help of Tanaka-san's team? He asked. It seems we need to